Hello again, this is the Rubik's Master, and now I'm going to be teaching you how to solve the second layer of the 3x3. Where I left off on the last video was solving the first layer, since that is now solved. Pretty self-explanatory, I guess. So now what you want to do is you want to start learning, is you want to kind of start learning notation. You really don't have to for this. I'm going to be explaining it without using it, but I will put the algorithms that I'll be using in the description. So I'm going to actually teach you notation on this one. So when I say when it says U or up, I mean turning the up face clockwise. So doing this with the yellow face. When I say R or right, I'm turning the right face clockwise, like so. When I say left or L, left clockwise, D clockwise or down is the down face clockwise, or the bottom face clockwise. B is for, or back is for the back face clockwise, and F, which is turning the front face clockwise, or front. I guess you could have guessed that. So, and then whenever I put a prime or a I guess a notation writing it out, it would be an apostrophe after it. We'll be turning it counterclockwise. So R prime is this, U prime is this, B prime is this, L prime is this, D prime is this, and F prime is this. And the easiest way to be able to tell whether you're turning it correctly or not, pretend you're looking at that face that you're wanting to turn. So if I want to say I'm turning the right, I can look at it like this, be able to say right, and then right inverted. But you really want to keep the cube stationary, so just try to imagine it without actually turning it to that side. And that'll make everything a lot easier. And also, something that you'll need to know is if I put a 2 after something, it means turn that face twice. So this will be R2, and this will be up 2, and this will be L2, D2, D2, and front 2. Okay, so now onto the second layer. So what you want to do is look for pieces that are not red, not white and not yellow. So what you want so here's an orange-blue piece. So you put the color that's on the side over the color that matches that on here. So orange is over orange in this case, since blue's on top and orange is on the side. And so what you want to do is, since it wants to go into the orange-blue slot here, you always put the empty slot in the front right, like where it is now. And so what you want to do is move this out of the way, or away from the slot. That way you can bring the slot opposite up opposite to where it, the piece that's supposed to go in it is. And then you move this piece back to where it was, like so. Bring these two pieces down, that way these two pieces connect. Move this down, the white piece down, just like you did in the first layer. Move this out of the way, that way you can bring this back and this up. And then this one will be the same thing, it's just mirrored. So this is a red-blue piece, and needs to go in the red-blue slot. So the red's on the side, so you put it over the red, put the slot in the front right, always. Move this out of the way, that way you can bring the slot opposite, or, excuse me, I want to explain this one a little bit better. Move it away from the empty slot, so that way you can move the slot up opposite it, like so. Bring this back to where it was, bring these two down, move this piece, these two pieces down into place, out of the way, this up, and this back down. And now I'm going to make a case where that you'll run into. So, every now and then. So, you might run into a case where this is flipped. And by the way, those two algorithms, or those things that I just explained, are really the only two things you need to know for this, because it's applied into this. But I'm going to show this anyway, just so it makes more sense. So what you want to do with this, since this piece is flipped and it's going to screw up everything else if you don't fix it, choose just any random piece that you want to put in there. So I'm going to choose the yellow-blue piece to put into here. That way this piece is moved up to the top. So I'm going to move this out of the way, or away from the slot, move it up. That way the slot's opposite it. Move it over, bring this down into place, out of the way, bring this back, bring this up. Okay, and now the red-green piece is up on top, and so now I can move it to where it is connected to the red, so that way I can do the exact same thing. Move it away from the slot opposite it, move the piece back, connect these two pieces and bring these two down, move this down, move it out of the way, that way we can bring these two back, and move this back up. And that is essentially everything that you will run into on the second layer.